Let's talk about the pros and cons of time management. Now, you might be thinking, Kelly, you even have time management tools on your resources. Yes, that is true. But what I have found when practicing these tools is on those days where I thought my time was on point, that I utilized all the tools, I was still exhausted. And when I optimized my workflow and my calendar was super organized, I was still getting exhausted. So that got me thinking, when you get really exhausted, like in this burnout state, that burnout isn't a scheduling problem, it's an energy problem. Now, time assumes that you have equal capacity, a similar level day after day, the same capacity every hour, but energy doesn't run that way. Energy runs on rhythms and patterns. And when I was thinking about this, it really came to light when I recognized that time can continue. You can get another hour of time because of these time management tools, but it doesn't mean that your capacity is there, or that energy is there that you want to put forth to it, that you want to output. Sometimes it's just not there. And I found a really great tool that was practical, and I could integrate both time management tools and energy management tools together in a way that seemed to flow nicely together. And it's called energy budgeting. What drains you, what restores you, and what stabilizes you. And it was interesting because when I started practicing this with one other person, we had two very identical schedules, but different exhaustion levels, different ways of working in which I could keep going and they could not, or they could keep going and I needed to stop. So it really came out that energy really was the driver. Time management was just an organizational tool. So let's practice this energy budgeting a little bit. Instead of the usual ask, how can I fit this in? How can I fit this in my schedule? How can I fit this in my day? You have those disruptions, those quick asks, those interruptions that come in that you didn't plan for, and you automatically think, how do I fit this in? I want you to begin reframing it around energy, asking things like, what does my energy support today? And that might mean just the priority that you came in with, or it might be drop the priority you came in with and you have to work on the distraction or interruption right now. One thing. And when I started asking that, I could see where my energy ebbed and flowed, where it could take on multiple tasks throughout the day, and where we just needed to do one thing, get in that deep focus and get it done, feel that progress, that completion. And then by asking this frequent energy budgeting question, I didn't let things build up days after days. And you get to the weekend, you're like, whew, what a week, right? But 5 days went by. 5 days of my life just went by in complete hustle, survivorship mode, just letting everything dictate around me what to do next instead of me being intentional about the things I do in my calendar, my time, and my energy. So this energy budgeting was a good daily check-in, really quick thing to do in the morning, at lunch, at nighttime before bed, where to reroute for tomorrow, but what drains you? So that's something I would ask. Oh, yesterday, what drained me? So I can reroute that today. What restored me? What was restorative about yesterday? What's going to be restorative about today? However you're going to set up your day. And then what's going to stabilize me? When you get that disruption, when you get that text, when you get that request that comes in, what stabilizes you? Mine's fresh air, getting outdoors, movement, like taking a break for a moment to reset. That's my stabilizer. Is like, I need to breathe right now, fresh air, a walk, something that's not in this work zone. And then that stabilizes me. So what drains you, what restores you, and what stabilizes you is going to balance out that energy throughout your day, throughout your week, so you're not just waiting for the weekend. So you're not continually piling on more time management tools for more productivity when your energy is just not there. That's pushing through. That's forcing a capacity that's not there. That's the path to burnout. So time management tools, great tools. Great organizational tools. But energy management is going to help you address the capacity concerns so that it can flow with your low and high days instead of forcing it through. Because we know that regardless of the tools you use, sometimes you get time, but sometimes you don't. But you can get more energy if you're managing it and addressing the capacity limits throughout your days. When you're on this path and you feel like you're doing all the things and it feels like another time management tool is just not going to help, it's because you have an energy problem.